So we're turning Japanese today, and I'm using two fantastic ingredients for my yakiniku, which means grilled meat. Some ribeye steak from West Australia, and of course some beautiful Swan Valley gourmet mushrooms, some oyster mushrooms. Let's get started with our marinade. In goes some garlic, some sesame oil, good splodge of soy, some chopped spring onions, finely chopped, a nice amount of sugar so it caramelizes when we barbecue, and a few drops of lovely sake, nice grind of black pepper. Let's slice the beef up. We're just going to cut it into nice, kind of thin, bite-sized pieces. I've used ribeye steak here because it's got a little vein of fat running through it. Any steak that has some fattiness in it will be perfect for this dish. And that fat equals flavour when you're cooking it on the barbecue. All into our marinade. Give that a stir with the meat as you pop it in. So we'll marinate this beef for about 30 minutes at room temperature, just to let those flavours mingle. Let's grab some of these oyster mushrooms. You know, these Swan Valley gourmet mushrooms, they are so fresh, and that is why they taste so good. And you can also buy them in pack form and grow them yourself at home. A couple of these yellow or gold oysters. These don't need very much cooking at all. We're literally going to bless them with a little bit of heat from the grill. Let's get our dipping sauce made. Dead simple, a little bit of sugar, some mirin, Japanese, very sweet alcoholic beverage, a little bit of soy, and a bit of sake. This yakiniku dressing is a classic. It's about having the saltiness of the soy, the sweetness of the sugar and mirin, all balanced together so it creates this beautiful dip. And the moment that you hear the spoon kind of stopping that kind of abrasion on the bottom of the dish, you know it's all dissolved. We'll get the mushrooms on first. We're just going to kiss them, like I said, on the grill. You know, you could use different mushrooms for this dish. Try shiitake, king oyster mushrooms, even the good old portobello mushrooms. They'll all work. You notice the oyster mushrooms are two different colours. The darker oyster mushrooms generally have more flavour than the lighter colours, so that's how you rate them. They don't need to be cooked through. We can eat them raw. On goes the beef. We'll just cook it in batches, probably between 10 and 20 seconds on each side. I can smell that sugar caramelising. You've got to make sure you don't overcook the beef. Cook it to rare or even blue, which is virtually raw, just seared on the outside. That way, when you take it from the heat, it'll still keep on cooking and be medium rare by the time you eat it. That combination of sake and sugar and soy, it's truly delicious. Now we're ready to serve. Now this is so simple. We'll spoon a little bit of steamed rice onto our serving plate, just to soak up some of that juice that's coming out of the beef. Let's pop some of the beef in a pile. It's still warm, and it's that resting for a minute or two is all it needs to relax and all the juices to kind of meld together. I'll keep that juice, that's gold. And then we'll just pop some of those mushrooms, a little bit of sesame on top as a garnish, a few sprigs of this absolutely fragrant basil, and we have Japan on a plate.